The top focus at this hour that we are looking at is about the Indian shooters who continue to make the nation proud at the Paris Olympics. Manu Bhaker and Sarabjot Singh have clinched the bronze medal in the 10-meter air pistol mixed team event. Bhaker became the first Indian to win 2 medals at a single Olympic edition. The Indian pair were against South Korean duo of Oh Ye-jin and Won Ho Lee in the bronze medal match. Bhaker and Singh were dominant from the beginning. They won 4 straight rounds to take an 8-2 lead. Ye-jin, who won the women's individual event at the same venue, shot brilliantly towards the end, but it was not enough. India closed out the match 16-10 to clinch the bronze. This is India's second medal at the Paris Games and also the second for Bhaker. The 22-year-old earlier won a bronze in the women's 10-meter air pistol event. She is now the only Indian to win 2 Olympic medals in a single edition. Bhaker has now an opportunity to make it a hat-trick of medals. She will be competing in the 25-meter women's air pistol event on Friday. WION Sports editor Digvijay Singh Deo witnessed that historic moment for India. Digvijay, you're here with us. What a historic moment for the country. Tell me what it is like amongst the Indian diaspora and the people who've come there to witness this grand event after another medal was clinched.
I must first start by telling you that where I am, Shatru, it's experiencing a heat wave never seen before. I can tell you it's very hot. But what is hotter is the form of the Indian shooting team, Isha. It's been absolutely sensational. Yes, when the medals don't come, people ask questions. But let's not forget, Ramita Jindal, 7th in the final. Babuta just missing out on a medal by a whisker, coming 4th. So you can't win everything. But when you have to win, you win a lot as well. Manu Bhaker, what a story of redemption. Lots of Indian fans, as you ask me, lots of Indian fans there, most of them have come from India. Shooting is a niche sport, you know. So apart from those in the contingent, it was an early start, the first event, 9:30 a.m. start in Shatro. The signs weren't too good initially. Sarabjot didn't have the greatest of starts. But after that, Manu just took over and she carried India all over. Sarabjot also coming into form towards the end. The Koreans fought back a bit, but 16 to what? 8, a comprehensive win for India, and Manu Bhaker creating history. In fact, you can go back to the Paris Games of 1900, when Norman Pritchard, not too many know where he came from or where he went. He won 2 medals for India at those games. He was a Britisher who was stationed in India at that time, but post-independence, no Indian athlete has done what Manu has done. This is absolutely brilliant, and remember, she could go for a hat-trick.
A quick word also on Sarabjot Singh. He did bounce back after that opening shot.
Yes, and not just that. If you go back to the first day of the competition, Sarabjot missed out on the men's air pistol final on a technicality. He had the same score, Isha, as the shooter who qualified for the final. The only reason he missed out was on inner tens, which is nothing but a technicality. And to have that belief, to come back yesterday in qualifying, again, didn't start too well, shot a 95 out of 100 in the first series, but then came back and they got into this match, and today as well. You know, you need both shooters to win. You need both shooters to do well. It's the combination of the 2 scores. And Sarabjot Singh has been India's best air pistol shooter for the last 2 years, came up through the junior ranks like Manu Bhaker. And this Indian team, Isha, one of the youngest teams to have come to the Olympic Games. They've won 2, they've reached 2 more finals. This could be the start of something special. I only packed for 3 days. I head back to Paris today. I think I'll have to go back to Paris, unpack, get new clothes in, and come back right back.
Well, you're lucky you're there with the contingent. What do you think is a realistic target in terms of the number of medals that the Indian shooting contingent in particular can end up with at these Olympics?
Well, at the start, when Manu won, I did say that this could trigger off a wave of expectations. They've got the second now. Manu's event is coming up, the 25-meter. India very strong in the men's 25 as well. India very strong in both the 50-meter rifle 3-position events. Remember, Sith Samra is the Asian Games gold medalist. She's also the world record holder. Aishwarya Singh Tomar won 4 medals at the Asian Games. So much could happen. It could end up being the greatest games for Indian shooting. They're right now tied on 2, which they achieved in London. but things could get much, much better and much more hotter than this sun. In fact, I also interviewed a legend of Indian shooting, Ranjan Sodhi, just moments after Manu won and Sarabjot won that medal. It's time to listen into what he has to say about the performance of the Indian shooters and especially Manu and Sarabjot. The sun is beating down here in Chhatro. It's hot, but I'll tell you who else is hot. The Indian shooting team. Manu Bhaker and Sarabjot Singh have won India a second medal of these Paris Olympic Games. Ranjan Sodhi, a legend of Indian shooting, Asian Games gold medalist, Khel Ratna awardee, former world #1 in double trap, joining me at the moment. It's been a while. You competed in London, and that's where India won 2 medals. And now, after 12 long years, 2 medals, many more to come.
Absolutely, it just started, and it's amazing what Manu has done. 2 medals back to back, and within 3 days, and I don't think so. This is something which can be repeated. And don't forget, she's going into the best event, the favorite event, which is again in the next few days. So I won't be surprised she'll come back home with 3 medals.
And we were talking about Manu, but also this is a team, Manu and Sarabjot. At times, he had to chip in as well.
Absolutely.
They were sort of upset at missing out on the gold medal match, but a medal is a medal and you have to fight for the medal. And the Koreans, Ranjan, the female shooter was the Olympic champion and the male shooter was a person who came 4th. They've beat a high quality team and they've decimated them. Let's be fair, it's not even close.
Well, Korea is always a very strong team. In fact, yesterday I met the Korean team, at ISSF lounge. They were having dinner there, so I happened to be there. And I was talking to the coach and, I just asked them, I said, how do you train? What do you do? They don't reveal anything, the Koreans and the Chinese, we don't know how they train, but, it's a very tough field, at the Olympics, obviously, with the Koreans and Chinese being there. But, what they have done, Sarabjot and Manu, is absolutely incredible.
And also Indian shooting, this is sort of a catharsis, a redemption for the team because of what happened in Rio and obviously in Tokyo. But 2 medals already. So many finals. Ramita was in the final. Babuta narrowly missed out. Indian shooting is on an upwards trajectory again, and perhaps this was that performance which will energize not just the shooters back in India, but everyone around Indian sport, because shooting had been written off. Let's be fair.
No, it's never been written off. But also one more thing you must understand. It's a very young team. And at age of 22, you're winning 2 medals, and look at Arjun Babuta, finished 4th, and just by a whisker, 9.5, just happened to bring him down. At one point of time, he was number 2. So it's a young team, and this is just a start for them. And in shooting, you have a long career. I mean, you can carry until 35. So I think this is incredible for Indian shooting, and this is going to inspire more people to take up the sport of shooting in India.
And what's the message Manu's medal gives? Because I remember her shattered after Tokyo. She goes back to the drawing board, doesn't have success, goes back to Jaspal Rana last year and then comes back and wins. And she's joined an illustrious list, that is Sushil Kumar and PV Sindhu. But no Indian has ever won 2 medals at the same Olympic Games. This is historic, it's unprecedented.
See, the thing is, only in swimming and, maybe in badminton, if you're playing singles and doubles, you can win 2 medals at the same games. But a lot of other sports, you can just win 1 medal. So this is mixed event just started, but this is the second edition of the mixed event. So, but I don't think so anybody can repeat the same thing, because I haven't seen any Indians, whether in badminton, playing single and doubles at this level. And don't forget, like I mentioned, she's going to the 3rd event, which is a favorite event. So I won't be surprised she'll come back home with 3 medals.
A hat-trick of medals. Manu Bhaker, Sarabjot Singh are the toast of Chhatro among the Indian contingent and among those like us who are either covering the games or like Ranjan Sodhi watching these games. Hopefully Indian shooting delivers many more medals, because the expectation of a double-digit haul is dependent on the Indian shooting team. They've done the first bit, they've done the second bit. Much more expected from them here in Chhatro. In Chhatro, this is Digvijay Singh Deo for WION.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.